Hi, everyone. Dr. Michael Bruce, the sleep doctor here. Having a good night's sleep sounds simple, right? It's a natural and necessary part of our lives. So it ought to just happen. But as many of you already know, good sleep can be a much more difficult task than it really should be. In reality, simply waiting for better sleep to just happen on its own is going to set you up for a lot of restless nights and tired, irritable days. Sleep is a performance activity. So to sleep well, you have to show up prepared to play. It's what I call sleep hygiene, which is a collection of daily routines and practices that contribute to better sleep at night and more energy during the day. There are 5 simple rules for sleep. First, it's so important to stick to your specific sleep schedule because a consistent sleep routine is the single most important habit that you can establish to help you sleep better every night. This is because it has a rhythm, and a regular sleep schedule strengthens and supports that rhythm. The body's biological rhythms regulate when we sleep and when we're awake, guided by a master biological clock in the brain and bioclocks throughout your body. A regular sleep schedule helps to reinforce your natural biorhythms, allowing you to fall asleep more easily, sleep more soundly, and to wake feeling more energized and refreshed. Remember, this is the one sleep schedule that you will use on a daily basis. That includes weekdays and weekends, school days and summer vacations, work days, and holidays as well. Changing up your sleep routine with different bedtimes and wake times confuses your internal biological clock, which results in difficulty sleeping, lower performance during the day, and less enjoyment in life. My second rule is to avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Now, that may seem hard, but if you're following my first rule and sticking to a regular sleep schedule, you'll likely find yourself less in need of that late afternoon caffeine pick me up. Regular and heavy caffeine consumption contributes to disrupted sleep and daytime fatigue. I can't count the number of times I've heard patients say, caffeine doesn't affect me. I can drink a cup of coffee after dinner and still fall asleep. For those of you who think that you're immune to the effects of caffeine, here's what's really going on. It's not that caffeine isn't having a stimulating effect. You're probably so sleep deprived that you're crashing into sleep despite the impact of the caffeine. But the presence of caffeine in your system and its disruption to your melatonin levels will interfere with your sleep quality, lowering time spent in deep sleep and in REM sleep, even if it's not preventing you from falling asleep. So it's doing some stuff inside, even though you may not feel it. If you're looking to cut back on your caffeine consumption, follow these 3 steps to do it gradually and avoid uncomfortable withdrawal symptoms. Step number 1, consume your caffeine in a normal way for a week, tracking all the caffeine that you ingest, including tea, coffee, soda, energy drinks, chocolate, and desserts, and any medications that might contain caffeine. Step number 2, in week 2, begin to reduce your caffeine gradually by eliminating about 40 milligrams a day. That's equivalent to about 1/2 of a cup of coffee. Start by eliminating the caffeinated foods and the drinks that you consume in the later part of the day. Step number 3, as you adapt to the reduced amount of caffeine in your system, replace some of your other caffeinated drinks with low cap or decaf alternatives. You can always enjoy caffeine in a moderate amounts in the first part of the day, but cut yourself off from caffeine and other caffeinated food and drink by 2 p.m. to avoid nighttime disruption. That is a surefire way to sleep better. For rule number 3, I suggest that you stop consuming alcohol 3 hours before bedtime. Alcohol is the world's most common sleep aid. Unfortunately, it does nothing good for your sleep when it's consumed too close to bedtime. While it's true that alcohol will make you feel sleepy and may help you fall initially to sleep, the presence of alcohol in your system at night leads to poor sleep quality. Alcohol consumed close to bedtime causes restlessness, fragmented sleep, and alters the amount of time you spend in different stages of sleep. After drinking, you're apt to spend more time in deep sleep and not enough time in REM sleep. Drinking at night also does a number on your sleep-wake cycle, inhibiting release of melatonin and throwing off your body's clock of its proper cycle. Rule number 4, I suggest that you stop exercising 4 hours before bedtime. Now, exercise is great for sleep. In fact, it actually improves your sleep quality, helps you fall asleep more quickly, and boosts your overall sleep time. It also increases your time spent in deep sleep. But exercising too close to bedtime can undermine your sleep and leave you feeling too energized and amped up to fall asleep on a schedule that's best for you. You don't have to skimp on exercise, just make time for it earlier in the day. Last but not least, for rule number 5, I suggest at least 5 minutes of sun exposure in the morning, more like 15. This is how we can make you feel refreshed, energized, and ready to jump into your day. but it can play a big role in helping you sleep better at night. 5 to 15 minutes of sun exposure in the morning will reset your body bioclock and strengthen your natural sleep wake cycle. Early light exposure will regulate the cycle of melatonin production in your body. Remember, melatonin is strongly influenced by light and darkness. In the presence of sunlight early in the day, melatonin will continue to drop, helping you feel more alert and more focused. You don't need to get a lot of sunlight in the morning to have a big impact on your sleep wake cycle. Just 5 to 15 minutes is enough to send a powerful message to your bioclock, resetting it to the right time for waking and setting you up for a better night's sleep. So there you have it, my 5 rules for getting a better night's sleep. I'm Dr. Michael Bruce, wishing you sweet dreams.